All right, well. So what was the year of Girardi in his regular season career? What was the year of Girardi? Well, he didn't play a lot. First off, he was a catcher. Second of all, he was mostly a backup catcher. He played the most games in 1990. And he made an all-star team in 2000. So we'll look at those two seasons as the years of Girardi. So in 1990, Scott Rowland has been ejected from this game, getting the fisticuffs with Tom Glavine here. And the one guy that brought in runs for the Cardinals is out of the game. Not only that, a good player, a solid defensive player. So the Cardinals are going to. I mean, he didn't even get hit. It was just he got angry. Just got angry at Tom Glavine. Went after him. I guess he thought Glavine was trying to hit him there, as he had the 3-run homer earlier in this game. He could have gotten another 3-run homer if he had kept his cool and stayed in the batter's box, but Scott Rowland has been ejected from the game. This is an interesting circumstance, and the Cardinals are going to have to figure out a way to get through without him. I guess it worked for Tom Glavine, but he's got a full count here against Delgado with 2 outs, and that's a grounder to short. Easy flip to second for the 3rd out. And, wow, just weirdness all around. The Mets are coming up. They're bottom of their order, including Tom Glavine. We'll see if the Cardinals will retaliate? Question mark? I don't know. But, yes. Well, odd things are happening here at the Polo Grounds, and I'm okay with that. I am completely okay with that. I'm happy about it, really. It's been quite a journey here. I'm still scrambled from the time traveling. I'm going to enjoy this for sure, but I am just amazed at the fact that Scott Rowland went after Tom Glavine. After, I would have at least waited for him to plunk myself, or I would have tried to get back at him by hitting another 3-run homer, but I'm not Scott Rowland, am I? No, I am not. I'm just a guy here hawking Age of Wonders Planetfall Invasions, which you can get on your PS4, your PC, your Mac, and your Xbox One. You can deploy and destroy as the merciless Sharkarn in the new expansion that's out now. It's out now right now. So Paradox, thank you for sponsoring Sports Goofs and our baseball simulations and my time traveling machine. So that's a walk here as Jeremy Burnitz is on first. Ray Sanchez coming up here, hoping to get on to allow Tom Glavine to probably move the runners up with the bunt. Morris sets and delivers, and that is a base hit. Burnett's held up a little bit in case of the second baseman grabbing that one, but here comes Tom Glavine now, who will try to lay down a bunt, I would assume. So let's take a look at this, and he takes the first ball. All right. Maybe Glavine, who could theoretically and has a chance to hit a home run here at the Polo Grounds, but he's taken the first 2 balls here. So Morris having a bit of trouble against Glavine, who pokes one. Oh, Edgar Renteria, and that's a triple play. Holy shoes. Wow. So Glavine looked like he was going to get a bloop single. Edgar Renteria reaching back and jumping to get that ball. All the runners were moving up, and able to get everybody doubled and then tripled up at second and first. Wow, I have never seen that before. This is our 26th Major League Baseball broadcast, and that's our first ever triple play, and I am glad that we saw it, folks. Holy shoes. I am feeling things in the groin area right now, but that just might be the time travel destroying my innards. And that's a base hit up the middle for the Cardinals. They have a man on first with no outs to start. Woo! Edgar Renteria up now, the man who brought us that fantastic bit of defensive prowess. Holy shoes. I completely forgot about Joe Girardi for the longest of whiles now, and I probably should get back to his baseball career, but man, Scott, the whole thing started with Scott Rowland getting thrown out, and then I was paying attention to the game a little bit, hawked a video game that I probably could download on my PC back in 2020, and then the triple play happened, and now, wow, it is, I am just amazed by that. I got to regroup a little bit. Give me a second. Let me take a sip of some sparkling water. Edgar Renteria with the drive to left center field, and that is deep into the Polo Grounds. That's going to score a run, and Renteria is going to have himself a triple. It's into the bullpen all the way out there. Oh, he's got it inside the park home run. Holy shoes. My goodness gracious. Edgar Renteria having himself a game. Woo! Mamma mia. Joe Girardi up now. I think this is a good way to loop back around to talking about him. So you played 133 games in 1990 for the Cubs, 419 at-bats, 36 runs scored, and it's a foul ball. 113 hits, 24 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 38 RBI. But you've had better seasons. In 1995, he drove in 55 with the Rockies, 121 hits as well. I don't know if that was the Coors effect. In 1996, in 124 games, he batted .294, drove in 45. But yeah, I mean the Coors effect here in 1995, your career high in home runs was 8, so benefited from that. And in 2000, your All-Star season, you had 101 hits, 15 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 40 RBI, 278 batting average. I don't know how you made the All-Star team. Maybe you had a really good first half. That's quite possible, and maybe you got injured. As you only played 106 games, so I would assume you might have had an injury. I'll have to look on your Wikipedia page, and that's where we're going right now, Senor Girardi. So that's a fly to left field and caught. 2 outs here in the inning. Mets are down 5-0. They've gotten the Cardinals have gotten to Tom Glavine here. It's almost as if Tom Glavine was a Shakarn that you're trying to eliminate in what was that video game? Age of Wonders, Planetfall. There you go. Of course, none of these people in the stands here at the Polo Grounds would even know what Age of Wonders is, nor what a PC is. So Joe Girardi, let's get back to this. Well, you were... Oh, yeah, that's right. You have... Oh, that is a home run. It hits the facade of the second deck here. J.D. Drew adding more to the Cardinals' gigantic lead now. And he is... Oh, man, the Cardinals are fired up. They are fired up in this game. Scott Rowland probably fired them up. And then Edgar Renteria with that triple play, then the inside the park home run. Things are going great here for the Cards. And they have Tom Glavine is out. Grant Roberts is in. So the Cardinals have shooed away a Hall of Famer in only the 4th inning. Yikes. Oh, that was thrown at Edman's head. Oh, no. Oh my God. He is showing up the pitcher. There is legitimate beef between these two teams. Grant Roberts is out of the game. He just came in. He threw one pitch. Wow. Scott Strickland is coming in. Wow. So we all travel back in time, both the Cardinals and the Mets and myself, to the Polo Grounds, and I don't know what happened. It scrambled all of our brains because there is legitimate beef between these two teams, and I have messed up this broadcast countless times already. Oh, man. And that's a pop fly to left field. And that should be the end of the inning. It is. Cliff Floyd gets that. This has been a very eventful game. It doesn't seem like it, but it has been. The Cardinals and the Mets, 7-0 St. Louis here in Manhattan, the Polo Grounds, the Mets' first home. So, yeah, Girardi won 3 rings as a player and won 1 more, of course. All of these with the Yankees, but by 2009, he managed them himself. He won the 2006 National League Manager of the Year award. He was the catcher for both Dwight Gooden's and David Cohn's. Dwight Gooden was a no-hitter. David Cohn had a perfect game, and Girardi was the catcher there. He became the Yankees bench coach in 2005, 06, manager of the year with the Marlins, and then Jeffrey Loria had a hissy fit because Girardi talked back to him because Girardi knows better and knows baseball. And, well, he was fired, spent a year off, and then the Yankees hired him after Joe Torre was let go. And wins another World Series. And now he's managing the Philadelphia Phillies. So, yeah, that's what he's been doing. He broadcasted briefly for MLB Network and Fox Sports. But now he's back in the manager's seat, trying to get the Phillies, who spent a lot of money on their team and have a promising team. They're trying to overcome both the world champion Washington Nationals, and that's a base hit for Cliff Floyd. So guys on first and second with 1 out for the Mets, who are trying to get back into this game. As much as the Cardinals have, I guess, lost Scott Rowland and stuff. I mean, the Mets haven't done anything. I mean, both teams are fired up, but the Mets are not doing anything so far, and this might be their chance. So they've got their Hall of Famer Mike Piazza up, and he can definitely take it out in some of the deeper parts of this Polo Ground. And Piazza with a line drive foul off to the right side of the baseball field. Oh, Piazza strikes out. 2 outs here. Mo Vaughn coming up. It's Mo Vaughn towards the end of his career. Couldn't replicate what he did in Boston and early on in Anaheim with the Mets. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. Lifetime, at that point, 325 home runs. We talked about Mo Vaughn before. And he gets a drive into left center field. Around where Renteria had hit it. into that bullpen. 1-run scores, 2-run scores. And Movon, who's a big guy, but the Polo Grounds allows a big guy to get a triple, and he does. And everybody likes when a big guy gets a triple. I would have been really amazed if he got an inside the park home run. That would have been something. Ty Wigginton now trying to drive Movon in and get the Mets within a grand slam of tying this. We'll see. Ooh, that was a strike there. So 0-2 on Wigginton. Morris. That's a ball. 1-2. Wigginton did not take the bait. We'll see what happens here. And that's a fly ball and lands in fair territory just right of the left field foul line. The Mets get that extra run. 7-3 now. Jeremy Burnett's coming up for New York. So life has finally entered the Mets offense here. That's a ball. Well, we've talked about Jeremy Burnett's before. We talked about Movon. Who else is on this Mets roster? Well, Tom Glavine's a Hall of Famer. We'll leave that to Let's Haul, y'all. And, woo, just missed a home run. Jeremy Burnett's there. We'll see what happens here. And that's a fly ball to deep right center field, and that's going to land. Burnett's looking for that inside the park home run. We'll see if he gets it, and he holds up at third base. It's a triple. 7-4 now. So Ray Sanchez, Morris, looked like he was cruising for a bit, but now the Mets have put up 4. Now this is the type of game I wanted to see. This is a Polo Grounds game, baby. Ooh, that's a strike. Ooh, that just caught an inside part of the plate there. As Sanchez flies to left field. And that is it for the Mets, but they score 4. They are back in this game, 7-4 now. Now, which New York Mets should I talk about? I can't talk about Tom Glavine. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's out of this game. Can't talk about Roberto Alomar. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's out of this game. We save Hall of Famers for our Let's Haul Y'all segments. That's what we do. Let's see. Grant Roberts threw one pitch in this game, hit Jim Edmonds, and then was promptly thrown out of the game. So we're going to go with him. Why not? Grant Roberts, pitcher. And this, talking of Grant Roberts, is brought to you by Bug Fables. And that is a drive to right field. Hits into the second deck. A home run for Delgado, Scott Rowland's replacement, and he gets a home run. Wow. So Wilson Delgado just his inner Scott Rowland there and gets a home run. Well, 8-4 now. Tino Martinez coming up here. Where was I before I started talking about Bug Fables and Grant Roberts? That's right. So Grant Roberts, pitcher, batted righty, threw righty, 6'3", 205 pounds when he played. Born September 13th, 1977 in El Cajon, California. He is now 42 years old. He was drafted by the New York Mets in the 11th round of the 1995 draft from Grossmont High School. He made his major league debut July 27, 2000 at the age of 22 versus the Montreal Expos. Pitched 1.1 innings. Allowed 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 earned runs. Yikes, he got absolutely destroyed by the Expos. His last game ever came April 18th, 2004 at the age of 26 versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, and a walk. Grant William Roberts played for only one team, the New York Mets, and wore number 36. That's a pop-up to the third baseman, Wigginton. He's clearing everybody. He's got that, and he does. Or the out there. So Roberts' career WAR of .8, a 4-4 win-loss record, and a career ERA of 4.25. All right, well, let's keep going here. He made $842,000 in his career, and that's a drive into left field and into the second deck. So the St. Louis Cardinals have put up a 10 spot here at the Polo Grounds. Good show. And hey, it was Joe Girardi. He didn't hit many of those things, so he's enjoying his trot around the bases. Matt Morris now. He's 1 for 2. Nope. No, there looks like the Cardinals are going to be switching him out. Alex Ochoa. They're not going to take a chance. Matt Morris really struggled in the 4th inning. So they'll Morris's night is over, and that's a drive into left center field, deep into that bullpen. There's guys warming up in the bullpen back there for, I think that's the Cardinals bullpen, and it is a triple. Oh, and a throw back to the catcher, and it gets past him. What an awful throw, and he comes in for the run anyways, 11-4. Yikes, the Mets. Yikes, the New York Mets. Holy shoes. I mean, hold on a second. Maybe the stench of the original Mets, who were one of the worst, actually the worst team in baseball history, maybe it has overcome this Mets team. That's a drive into right center field, close to the Mets bullpen, and that's a triple. And yeah, you better hang on to that because chaos ensued. Well, this is odd. Al Leiter, a starter, is coming into the game in relief for the Mets. I don't know what's this is weird. This is happening, folks. This is really happening in front of me. Wow. Holy shoes. What a disastrous game for the Mets. They had one good offensive inning. Looked like they were getting back to this game, and then suddenly, my goodness gracious. Where was I? Grant Roberts. Yeah. Age of Wonders, Planetfall Invasions. Hopefully, you can deploy and destroy the merciless Shakarn, as the Cardinals have deployed and destroyed the merciless New York Mets right now. And that's a fly to right field. That's only the second out of the inning. Jim Edmonds now up to the plate for St. Louis. Okay, so Grant Roberts, $319,000. Most he was paid in 2004 by the New York Mets. And that was it for his Major League Baseball career. Didn't play in the postseason at all. And I'm going to see if there's anything more on his Wikipedia page. As far as the year of Roberts, that's a base hit into right field off of that short right field wall. Not short in height, but short in distance. And that's another run for St. Louis. Putting up 24 here. Wait, not 24. What am I doing? So Pujols, well, you know, it's kind of funny. Albert Pujols is the future Hall of Famer, big bopper for the Cardinals, and yet he hasn't really done that much in this game. It's been everybody else for St. Louis. But yeah, that's yikes, man. That is yikes. All right, well, dozen runs. That's what I meant. Gosh darn it. A dozen runs for the Cardinals. 12-4. Al Leiter's gonna come up to the plate. There's no reason to pinch hit for him. You just stuck him into this game. He is effectively the new starter. So, even though that's an oxymoron for this situation, he's not starting anything. I guess Tom Glavine was an opener. You could say that. A very bad opener, which is bad to say for a Hall of Famer, but he just did not have a good one tonight. Oh, man. That's a ball. Well, looks like Leiter is up 2 balls, 1 strike. Maybe he can get on base. Who knows? Yeah, it's a swing and a miss there. So Stevenson is on the mound for the Cardinals. Morris only pitched 4 innings, had trouble in the 4th inning, and the Cardinals let him go. Well, you can let him rest. They have a 8-run lead. And Leiter just probably takes his strikeout and walks away. Roger Cedeno now, and at this point, the Mets just have to start chipping away. It's only the 5th inning. There's still time to catch up here. If they can take advantage of the unique dimensions of the Polo Grounds, they can find a way to get back in this game. And that's a drive to right field, and Cedeno at extremely short porch and right. And that's another run for the Mets. Okay. 12-5 now. As soon as I mentioned the dimensions of the Polo Grounds, that's what he did. So at least somebody is listening to me. Well then. Let's continue on with Grant Roberts. Oh, and this is what happened. He was derailed by injuries and a 2005 violation of baseball's steroid policy. So, in 2002, that was his highlight year. So he didn't give up a single run until his 8th game. Had a very nice, at the end of April, .69 ERA, including his most dominant game on April 15th when he struck out 5 of the 7 batters he faced over 2 innings pitched. So his ERA was dipped below .59 by early June. And then he had a rotator cuff injury. He returned a few weeks later, but then went back on the DL, or the IL now, and that's not the DL anymore. It's the injured list, with tendonitis after only 5 games. He was out of action for 2 months until mid-September. And then he got caught smoking weed every day with a photograph. I mean, gosh darn it. Man, this is back in 2002, so yeah. This is, okay, then he had a former girlfriend made the photograph public, trying to extort him. Okay. Yikes. And they didn't press charges on the woman for the extortion thing. His rotator cuff injury continued in 2003. So injuries derailed him, and then didn't make the team after spring training 2005. And then April, they found out he and a bunch of other minor leaguers violated the steroids policy. And he was suspended for 15 days. And then he signed with the New York Yankees on May 26th, but was released by them in August because and he didn't even play for the Yankees at all. So that was it. That was Grant Roberts. So he had a very short-lived career, and it's too bad about his rotator cuff injury, though. The weed thing is not that big of a deal, really. I mean, really. And then the steroids, that was when baseball was trying initially to try and stamp it out of the game, quote unquote. Oh, well. So, Leiter walks the first batter. Man on first, Tino Martinez is up now. Takes a ball. All right, well, that's Grant Roberts. So, man, this has been a game. This has been a game. I've called some interesting games, but this one especially has been very interesting. People said time travel will get weird, and I can attest to all of you. It has gotten weird. That's a fly to left field. Cliff Floyd under that for the easy out. That's one down. Edgar Renteria coming up at the moment. That's a Met. Let's go to a Cardinal. And Renteria, foul down the left field line. Let's get Wilson Delgado into this. He came in to replace Scott Rowland. Let's talk about the dude. Wilson Delgado. Shortstop, second baseman, and third baseman. That's a ball. He was a switch hitter. Through righty. 5'11", 145 pounds. Man, that is thin. Well, of course, that's probably muscle. When he played, born July 15th, 1972 in San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. He is now 47 years old. Made his major league debut September 24th, 1996 at the age of 24 versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. He had 3 at-bats and no hits. As Renteria moves on to first, Joe Girardi coming up now. He's got a home run in this game. Guys on first and second, only one out, as the Cardinals will look to really make this. I mean, I haven't had a legit blowout where it's so one-sided by one team. I haven't had that. We had that in our college baseball broadcast. Oh, Liner back to Leiter. And he gets that. Very nice play there. Look at this. Woo! So, yeah, we haven't had a legit one-sided blowout for one team. Like a ridiculous one. Like the kind of blowout where you put in a position player to pitch. One of those. I would love to see that here. I would. Back to it now. As this double. Oh, that's. Oh no, there were 2 outs. Sorry. Well, I thought it was double play, and my thoughts were sponsored by Bug Fables. Get that on your PS4, your Xbox One, or your Nintendo Switch if you feel like playing Paper Mario before the new Paper Mario comes out on the Switch. So you can get a double whammy of that type of RPG if you feel like it. I'm looking at Bug Fables. I'm thinking about getting it. You should too. Hall of Famer Mike Piazza coming up. He hasn't had a good game so far. We'll see what happens here. Takes a strike here against Stevenson. Back to Wilson Delgado. His last ever baseball game came October 3rd, 2004. And Piazza with his first base hit of the night. And he turns that into a double. Gets that into the deeper part of left field in the Polo Grounds, enough for him to get a double, that's for sure. Move on now. See if the Mets can cut this deficit in half. It's a ball. So Wilson Delgado. Yes, his last game ever came against the Montreal Expos. October 3rd, 2004, at the age of 32. He had one at bat, his last ever hit, drove in his last ever RBI. And Movon flies out to left. One out here. Back to Wilson Delgado. That's his full name. I don't see any middle name nor second last name. A career WAR of .7, 542 at-bats, 136 hits, 5 home runs, and a .251 batting average. And that's a liner to the third baseman. He gets that on a short hop, throws out. And who needs Scott Rowland, really? Who needs him? Anyways, Jeremy Burnett's now. See if the Mets can at least drive in Piazza. Back to Wilson Delgado, your transaction history, dude. So in 1992, you signed with the Seattle Mariners as an amateur free agent. Then May of 1995, you were traded by the Mariners with Sean Estes to the San Francisco Giants for Salomon Torres. So the Mariners made their push for the AL West that season, the season that saved the Mariners in Seattle. So yes, 95 you go to San Francisco. 96 you made your major league debut with the Giants. While in San Francisco, you wore many different numbers. You wore number 60, number 36, number 38, number 8, and number 62. That is a lot of numbers. Then, March 23rd, 2000, you were traded by the San Francisco Giants to the New York Yankees for Juan Melo. While with the Yanks, you wore number 14. Then, August of 2000, you were traded by the Yankees to the Kansas City Royals for Nick Ortiz, who ended up buried in the minors. And that's a base hits. The bases are loaded here for the Mets. A chance to really, wow, that was a weird diving play in right field. It stopped. I think it was just more to stop the ball from getting into deep right field, because if that gets past the right fielder, I believe that's an inside the park home run. Because there's no way the center fielder will make it all the way to right field, and especially in this Polo Grounds, to get it. And that would have been, it would have been 12-9 at this point. Well, Al Leiter's night is done. Mets have a good chance here, so they have a pinch hitter. Well, that's a strike here. Game is getting interesting. If a hit can bring in 1-2 runs or more if it's in the right spot. Here we go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stevenson versus Perez. Perez swings and misses. Age of Wonders, Planetfall Invasions, sponsoring this at bat right now. Full count. Full count. Got to be real careful here. Stevenson delivers, and he gets a pop fly to second baseman, and that is it for the Mets. I mean, that's it. So they get a home run by Cedeno. Nothing more after that. I mean, this is not looking good for the Mets at this moment. They're running out of chances. The Cardinals' offense hasn't slowed down. Al Leiter is out of the game. He was doing all right. And, I mean, relatively so. So we'll see. Fernando Vina now. So where was I? Wilson Delgado. So you head on over to the Yanks, but then you were traded to the Royals for Nick Ortiz, who ended up buried in the minors. So you couldn't partake in the Yankees' 2000 World Series championship, so that's a little too bad. especially for a guy that they never even used. Then December 2001, you signed as a free agent with the Cardinals. Wore number... Actually, well, with KC, I forgot. You wore number 19 and number 4. Then with the Cardinals, you wore number 30 and number 47. That's a pop-up to right field. That should be the first out of this inning. JD Drew now. He's already got a home run. He's 1 for 4, but that was a nice home run that he had, that's for sure. Well, I mean, can I really say, I mean, the Polo Grounds home runs so far today haven't been anything that, I mean, who knows? Maybe 1 or 2 of them might have been out someplace, but yeah, especially a place with a short porch like Yankee Stadium or those Crawford boxes in Houston. But yeah, gosh. I mean, Babe Ruth, when he came to the Yankees were playing here. And that's nice play by a third baseman, Wigginton, to get that. Look at this diving stop. Throw to first, and he just gets Drew at first base. Nice stretch by Mo Vaughn to get that. Well, that's 2 outs here for the Cards. They've got a comfortable lead here in the 7th inning. That's a ball. So where was I with this guy here? So in August of 2003, Wilson Delgado's contract was purchased by the Anaheim Angels from the St. Louis Cardinals. And in Anaheim, he wore number 47. Then, January of 2004, he was signed back as a free agent with the Cardinals. So he returns to St. Louis in some way, but then, April of 2004, he was traded by the Cardinals to the New York Mets for Roger Cedeno, who is in this game, by the way. And then, for the Mets, he wore number 17. Then, December 2004, he signed as a free agent with the Marlins. I guess he didn't make the team and was in the minors, and that was it for Wilson Delgado's career. For those of you who are joining us in this game, this has been a wild game between the Cardinals and Mets. It doesn't look like it by the score. I mean, well, it looks like it by the Cardinals score, that's for sure, the 12 runs. But, so Scott Rowland got thrown out of the game because Tom Glavine kind of threw one high and in on his head. And then Jim Edmonds was also he stayed in this game, but Tom Glavine was he just did not have a good game at all. Grant Roberts comes in relief for Glavine for the Mets, and Jim Edmonds is up, and he throws one near Jim Edmonds' head. He actually hits Edmonds, but it doesn't hit his head. And then Roberts is immediately thrown out of the game on one pitch. So there's legitimate beef between these two teams. It has been quite a show. The Mets have had chances to get back in this game. At one point it was 7-4, but then a disastrous inning happened for New York, especially when the aforementioned beef started boiling. I don't know how you can boil beef, that's for sure. I don't know how to describe it, but I traveled back in time to the Polo Grounds, and we've had some kind of dinky home runs that probably wouldn't be home runs in any place in 2020, but here at the Polo Grounds, we've had some interesting stuff happen. We had an inside the park home run. That was pretty cool. We had a triple play. That was also pretty darn cool. This has been an eventful game. So Cliff Floyd is up. The Mets aren't doing anything now, and their offense has shut down after getting that 5th run. Well, actually, really after getting 4 runs. But Cliff Floyd almost gets a dinky home run, but doesn't. Mike Piazza, he's 1 for 3 today. He's got a double, but for the most part, he's been neutralized by the Cardinals staff. to ball. And I've been talking about retired baseball players, guys that you probably, some of you remember, some of you didn't even know existed. So what was the year of Wilson Delgado? Because he didn't play in any postseason. The year of Wilson Delgado, I mean, it's hard to say. In 2000, he played 64 games with the Yankees and the Royals, had 128 at-bats, 33 hits, a home run, 11 RBI. 2004, that might be his year, I guess, because he had 13 RBI. That's a career high. 4 doubles, 2 home runs. That's a career high. 38 hits. Yeah, this is all career highs here. And that was in only 42 games. So I guess that would be the year of Wilson Delgado, if I had to say. Yeah, 2004 season with the Mets, which just so happens to be his last ever season. He was 31 years old. And that was it for him. That was it for Wilson Delgado. I guess I'll look up whether he did anything after his playing career. So let's take a look at that. If not, hopefully he's living a alright life. And that's going to be a home run. Look at that. So, Mo Vaughn getting a dinky home run into the second deck of the Polo Grounds. Because that would not be a home run anywhere else. That's probably maybe a double in the right spot, or just a fly out. So, Ty Wigginton up. The Mets, it's 12-8. They're within a grand slam. There's 2 outs. If they can hold the Cardinals to those 12 runs and take advantage of these last few outs that they got left, there might be a chance for them to get back into this game. And Wigginton with a hit off that left field wall. He's going to try and stretch that into a double, and that is a horrendous mistake. He is thrown out at second. The Cardinals get out of the inning. What did I tell you, dude? What did I tell you? I know you can't hear me from the press box up here, but what did I tell you? Gosh darn it. If they could take advantage of the literally, oh gosh, he could have stayed at first and waited. You know what? Forget it. You know what? That was his decision. He's the professional. But come on, Ty. I don't know if you were a speed demon. You probably weren't. Albert Pujols, he's been neutralized today. He's 0 for 2. He's scored a run, though. He's got a walk. And, we'll see what he does here. He could have like whoa, Mo Vaughn, big guy at first base. Look at that. He's able to move, though. Look at that dive by the big guy. Wilson Delgado, we're talking about you, dude. Oh, he was suspended. So this is another steroid guy. I've already got 2 of them today. So Wilson Delgado, that's a drive to left field and just foul. So there's an overhang on that second deck in left field. I think so in right as well. And there's an overhang, so the second deck is actually closer to the field than the bottom deck. So it's the Polo Grounds, baby. So Wilson Delgado, in 2005, he was suspended for 30 games for using a banned substance and violating the minor league drug policy. So yeah, that was it. So Grant Roberts and Wilson Delgado. I got 2 of these steroid guys. Huh. That's wow. This might be my most interesting broadcast so far. I mean, just the whole circumstance. So Delgado takes a walk there. He probably doesn't want to hear me talking about his performance-enhancing drug issues. Graham Lloyd is up for the Mets, coming in to relieve Mike Stanton, not Giancarlo Stanton, although Giancarlo originally, when he came up, went by Mike Stanton for like 2 seasons. That's a ball. So Graham Lloyd is up, and yeah, so this has been quite a broadcast. I mean, gosh darn it, man. Where was I? I guess I should talk about a New York Met here, because I may be able to get one more player on this roster. I talked about a Cardinal in Wilson Delgado, so we'll go with the guy on the mound. Let's go with Graham Lloyd. So Graham Lloyd. Pitcher, batted lefty through lefty. 6'8", 225 pounds when he played. Born April 9th, 1967 out of Geelong, Australia. He is now 53 years old. He made his major league debut April 11th, 1993 at the age of 26 versus the Oakland A's. Pitched 1.1 innings, allowed a hit, a walk, and 2 earned runs. He just allowed a walk right now. Tino Martinez, that's a grounder to short. Let's take a look. 6-4 and safe. His Renteria at first, so just getting the guy at second. There are 2 outs, though. Joe Girardi now, he's had a home run this game. And we talked about him earlier today. So back to Graham Lloyd. Your last game ever came September 27, 2003 at the age of 36 versus the Chicago White Sox. Pitched 1 inning, 3 hits allowed, 1 strikeout, and 1 earned run. You won 2 World Series championships. 1996 with the New York Yankees. And 1998 also with the New York Yankees. The postseason career, I'll just get to it real quick. That's a nice stop at third base by Wigginton. Throws. Not at first, and well, that's it for the Cardinals. The Mets down a grand slam. They don't have many chances left. If they're going to do anything, they better do it now. Let's see. So, 1996, Graham Lloyd with the New York Yankees. They won the World Series versus the Atlanta Braves, and Lloyd with the New York Yankees in 1998 won the World Series over the San Diego Padres. Lloyd himself in the 96 World Series pitched in 4 games, got a victory, 2.2 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts. In 98, pitched 0.1 innings. That was it for him. But he got those 2 rings. That's all that matters. And that's a base hit. The Mets have their first batter of the 8th inning. He's on. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Ray Sanchez is up now. Stevenson, who has done a fine job in relief for Morris, as he winds and delivers, and that is a base hit. So, looks like Stevenson, the Mets, I don't know what the umpire was doing there. We knew he was safe. Putting on a show there for us. So we got a pinch hitter now for New York, and he's brought to you by Age of Wonders Planet Fall Invasions. Get it. Get it for your PC, your PS4, your Xbox One, your Mac. Just get it. There's expansion out. Get it. Just buy it. Well, here we go. Wilson versus Stevenson. The Mets with trying to get something going here and tie this game. If this game becomes tied, I'm going to flip out. Oh, that's a drive into right center field. And that's going to score those 2 runs. There's a chance for an inside the park home run. There's a frickin' chance. Let's take a look here. Wilson, he's rounding. Oh, he stays at third. That's a smart decision. There are no outs. You're only down 2. Roger Cedeno already has a home run. There's a pinch runner on Tsuyoshi Shinjo coming in for Vance Wilson. And yeah, that's it for Stevenson. Mike Crudale. I got to figure out the pronunciation for that one. He's coming in for Garrett Stevenson. And here we go. game is getting interesting. I have stopped paying attention to Graham Lloyd for now. And that's a first pitch ball from Crudell. Crudell? I'll figure it out. Ooh, ball 2. Oh, man, that just missed. I thought he caught a little bit of that high part of the strike zone, but ball 3. Uh-oh. 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 He just walked him on 4 straight pitches. And you got Hall of Famer Roberto Alomar coming up now. Okay, here we go. Cordell's got a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and something else. I didn't even see what the other thing was. That's 5 straight pitches, and they're all balls. A changeup. Okay. Oh boy, this is not good. The crowd is into it. That's a pitch out. I don't know what they're thinking, but that is a pitch out. That guy's not moving at second or at first, whatever. Oh, this game is tied. This effing game is tied. This effing game is tied. Holy shoes, Roberto Alomar with a triple to tie this freaking game. My goodness gracious. What is happening? The Mets have come back. Wow. Cliff Floyd now. There are no outs in this 8th inning. They could take the lead for the first time today. And Cliff Floyd with a base hit. And that's it. Nope, the Mets have taken the lead. They've got a lead. It is 13-12. And Hall of Famer Mike Piazza is up. Wow. Oh, man. Mamma mia. That's a ball. Why is this guy still pitching? They got to have somebody warming up. They have got to I mean, he can't keep pitching. That's another ball. He can't, like, he's not throwing strikes, and when he does, they're meatballs. Wow. Okay. Oh, he just got that inside part of the plate. So here we go. Piazza. Let's see if he can get something he likes. That's 3 balls. You might as well just walk him. I wouldn't put any, like, I feel like Piazza's going to absolutely destroy this ball if you put it somewhere down the middle. Oh, he just missed that. That is over the roof of the Polo Grounds. You are lucky, dude. Piazza almost hit that one out. Well, he literally hit it out. And that's a drive into left field and caught. Woo! Lord have mercy. Oh man, I am fanning myself right now. That was close. That was very close. Oh. Mo Vaughn now, he's got a home run in this game, a dinky one, but hey man, it's gotten the Mets to this point. It's gotten the Cardinals to this point too. And man, the earlier beef, all of this has made this beautiful. Age of Wonders, Planet Fall Invasions, everybody. That and Bug Fable, those two have made this a great game as well. Ooh. What? Hold on. What the F is happening? What is going on at first base? What just happened? They told me time traveling would affect your innards and your brain, but I didn't think a guy would literally just stand there at first base, get into a pickle, and not move in any way whatsoever. Because, okay, Mo Vaughn with a double. This game, I cannot wait to see the end of this, because the ending's probably going to be something absolutely insane. That's a foul ball. People in 2020 who are watching this, you guys have got to be amazed too. And you hit back to the first part of this game to see how that at the top there, that 12-13, how all of that occurred, because woo-wee, I have tried to summarize it several times, and I am not doing it justice at all. I've completely forgot about Graham Lloyd. And I said, hey, I would have a little more time to get one last player, but I've got a lot of time now thanks to the Mets. And that's a pop-up. Second baseman calls everybody off. And the Cardinals are out of this inning, a disastrous inning. The New York Mets have taken the lead. I cannot believe it either, folks. It is 13-12. I need a drink. Hold on. There is alcohol in this press box. The 50s, folks. The 50s. All right. Well, yeah, Mike Crudell, you are not batting. Okay, Eli Moreau, that's a lot better. Yeah, I would be very surprised of, I think Tony La Russa, yeah, was still managing the Cardinals if he had allowed that to happen. And Bobby Valentine on the other side for the New York Mets, he traveled back in time along with us as well. So I think Pedro Estasio's pitching now. Oh, liner back to him. He gets that. Look at those reflexes there. First out. Oh, the Mets are putting on a little miracle of their own here. So this is the last chance for the Cardinals. I cannot believe this. So that's a base hit for Vigna. And here we go. Here we go. J.D. Drew is coming up next. And then after that is Albert Pujols. This is getting interesting. Graham Lloyd, I don't think I'm going to get to talk about you, dude. Let's see. You made $12,151,000 over the course of your career. $3 million of those per season. 2000, 2001, 2002 by the Montreal Expos. That's how much they paid you. Your transaction history is very lengthy, and I'm not going to get through all of it, dude. I really am not. I'm more fixated on what's happening downstairs on the field. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes here. As Drew grounds to short. 6-4, and oh, that ball is thrown away at first base, and the Cardinals are still alive. Jim Edmonds, okay, Pujols is behind Edmonds, but this guy right here, he can still hit with the best of them. Let's see what happens. Last chance for the Cardinals. They're down 1. Edmonds with a base hit could drive in the tying run for the Cardinals. We'll see. And that's popped to right field. Alomar waving everybody off. That's it. The game is over. I can't believe it. The New York Mets get this victory presented by Bug Fables, the everlasting sapling. They win. They effing win. Oh, man. Wow. So, look at this. Look at the box score. Look at the game summary. So, the Cardinals were up 7-0 at one point. Then the Mets put up a 4 spot. It seemed like, okay, the Mets are getting back into this game. But then the Yankees. It seems like the Yankees, right? Well, the Cardinals, they come up with 5 runs in the 5th. The Mets put up a dinky 1. It's like, okay. And from there, it seemed like the Cardinals were going to cruise. But then, 7th inning, Mets get 3. It's like, okay, they're chipping away at it. Then, holy shoes, that 8th inning. Wow! 5 runs in the 8th. The Cardinals silenced after the 5th inning. Just, they couldn't put up another run. I mean, you wouldn't expect to after scoring 12 of them, but look what happened. So the Cardinals, 12 runs on 13 hits on no errors. The Mets, 13 runs on 19 hits with 2 errors. Graham Lloyd, who we were trying to get through and talk about, he gets the victory. I'm sorry, dude, but hey, consolation prize. Mike Crudell, who absolutely flubbed that 8th inning. Pedro Estacio with the save. Yes, the save for the Mets. Player of the game is Mo Vaughn. He's 3 for 5, a home run and 5 RBI. That's it. I can't talk about this game any longer. There's just too much to talk about. A lot of things. If you want to see what happened in 2020, just go back in time on your whatever you're watching this, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, and just see how we got to this point, because you will not be disappointed. I'm Francisco from Sports Goofs. Thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we'll have the 67th episode of Sports Goofs, and I have to I'm going to head back to the time machine and get back to 2020. I'm forgetting things now, and I think I have altered history a little bit. So if things are a little weird back in your time compared to maybe an hour and a half ago, it might be my fault. I'm sorry.